Hey everybody, it's the media junkie from the culture of pop. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail and you're either pissed at me or you're like, what the hell is he talking about? We'll get to it all. Here's the thing. I just watched Joker to about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I kind of been stewing on this. First of all, let me put it forward real quick that I'm not like a theater kid, so I don't typically like musicals anyway. I like certain musicals, but I don't like musicals. Like I was trying to tell my daughter the other day, I don't like Wicked. I thought Wicked was good for what it was, but I just didn't like the musical aspect of it because it's a musical. I like kind of different types of musicals where, stuff's different. It busts out at you or whatever. And that's kind of why I like Joker too, because the musical stuff in it was very oddball-ish. And I liked that, and I liked the different worlds they went to. I can't say enough about the photography, the cinematography. It's amazing. I think that's the one thing that everybody kind of agreed about in this movie, that the cinematography was good. I really liked Arthur Fleck this time. I didn't like him the first time. I hated the first movie. I didn't like it. It was one of those movies that I would watch and never watch again, like Taxi Driver, which it's been related to. It's just not a movie I want to watch again. I just don't want to be depressed again. So yeah, I didn't really like the first one. I didn't like his portrayal that much. But then if you all remember, you heard at the beginning that, hey, this might not be the real Joker. And then everybody kind of lost sight of that once it came out and became a huge hit. They were kind of like, oh, this is our Joker. This is our generation's Joker. And I think what a lot of people didn't get was the fact that they kind of said in the background over and over, this might not be the Joker. So I held fascinations. I held hope for the fact that maybe, that was true. And I think in part two, I got my answer that it was not the real Joker. And I think that's what I liked about part two, that factor, and the factor of, I liked the introduction of Harley Quinn, even if she's not what everybody wanted her to be, I did like the introduction, which is where I turn things around on everybody. Because while I'm watching the movie, while I'm thinking about the movie and how greatly I do appreciate the movie, whether you like it or not, somebody's got to have an opinion. The thing that I thought about after watching it and, taking, like I said, some time to think about it, was what if this was the second movie in a prequel? Okay. Now let me get started now. Would this change your mind if this was the second movie in a prequel? And my idea basically that I had thought about over and over and over is that like a third film would start out with the same, Harleen Quinzel in college, studying to become a psychologist or something. So she encounters Arthur Fleck, maybe because that's what she's doing in the original. So we kind of get a backstory of that. And, she mistakes him for the Joker, and that embodies her fascination with chaos and insanity. But as she delves deeper and deeper and deeper into the fractured psyche, and the movie does, she realizes that Arthur's not the Joker. So that's the whole thing. Everybody's upset that she runs away, but she wants the Joker. So he obviously didn't fit her profile that she has in her mind of the Joker. He just manifested it, and then he decided, I'm not the Joker anymore. So why would she want to be around him? Why? That's not what Harley wants. That's not what Harley's ever wanted. So it shatters her admiration and leads her to reject him. So what if in the next one, the third movie, I have a little backstory of that. The third movie, we follow her transformation into the real Harley Quinn, like the Harley Quinn we know and love. I would continue with Lady Gaga in the same role, but I would make the movie as dark as the first one, and I would have no singing in it. I wouldn't tell anybody about that. I would keep that secret. They can do that these days. Nobody thought it was a musical, even though they were told it was a musical, until they got in theaters and then walked out. Oh, this is, I don't think it's going to be a whole music. Yeah, it's a whole damn musical. But yeah, so I mean, and I think it would explore her descent into madness and her ultimate journey to seek out and align with the real Joker and solidify her place in the world of anarchy that he leads. I think that would be a really cool twist in the fact that, like I said, there'd be no singing in it. And Lady Gaga's a good actor. She's good enough. I mean, A Star Is Born, if you didn't see it or not, was really good. I see a ton of movies, so I appreciated it. I liked it. I liked it for what it was. I never really liked the first one. Not a big Barbara fan. Sorry. But the other thing is that in the second one, and this is what we had talked about, is that, and this is why people are so upset. Well, he's not the real Joker. He's not the real Joker. Even at the beginning. And I think this is why the third one would fit well, because he's not the real Joker. In the beginning, Arthur's song at the beginning serves as a thematic statement. I'm not the, or well, he's suggesting that he represents one iteration of the Joker, and he identifies him as a mantle, like, passed down through different individuals, with each embodying chaos in their own time. This idea could reframe the Joker as This idea could reframe the Joker as a broader concept rather than a singular figure, adding depth to the mythology. That's something I wrote down because I wanted to make sure that I think that's what adds it more and more, is that there could be possible of, 6 or 7 Jokers before we even meet the real Joker, whoever that might be. And I think a third movie would maybe... I think the second movie, first of all, I do honestly think the second movie is going to become a cult classic. I think if you give it some time, the second movie will be considered a cult classic at one point in time. Maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, I don't know. I typically don't like this kind of film. As like I said, I don't like musicals. There's a few in my, account in my head, or my film library in my head, that I'll watch, twice or 3 times or more. I did see musicals on Broadway. Like I said, I wasn't a theater kid, but I grew up in the theater. My parents were both in the theater. That's where they met. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the theater, but I just never really was a theater kid. So I didn't get that whole sense of the adoration of musicals and some of that stuff, even though I do like plays. But anyhow, that's got neither here nor there. But I guess basically what I'm saying is I really appreciated it. And I think if you think about that third one, that could go on the huge journey of Harley Quinn and how she becomes the actual Harley Quinn. And maybe we see an actual Joker. I think that would be amazing. And for, what's his name? Todd. Is that his name? Todd? I always forget. The director came back and directed it and did it, but I don't think he's going to, because I think he's pissed because everybody thinks I don't think he intentionally ruined it for anybody. I really don't. I think it was very much exactly what should have happened next. The guy wasn't a hero, and he wasn't our Joker, whether you want to believe it's your Joker of this generation or what. He definitely came across as just an idea of the Joker. Whether the guy at the end represents the true Joker, that cuts his face, or not, in the the Glasgow grin, I don't know. I don't know that either. Maybe that could be the next story. We could go on and meet that guy. He was in. You didn't really see him that much, and he was in. Out of focus when he cut himself. So we don't know exactly what he looks like. They could put a famous actor in that role or whatever. I'm looking forward to seeing The Joker by Brian. Knogue? I can never pronounce his last name. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the Joker that they had at the end of the Batman. I hope they do bring him back for that. That'll be amazing. But anyway, guys, it's either here nor there. That's my gig. That's what I'm doing. I did really love this movie. I did. And like I said, think about that third, man. Write in the comments what you would do with a third if you had to, make all the fans re-like it, or, reinvigorate it. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd really like to know. But yeah, I dug it. I thought it was a great movie. I really did. And for a musical, I thought it was very good. Very, very good. But yeah, that's my 2 cents for it. I'm the media junkie from the culture of pop. You'll see me on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and all over the place. Please join. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you on the next one.
Come on, let me see your hands!